My name is Steve Corbett. I'm a PhD researcher in the Department of Sociological Studies. I chose to come to Sheffield because, well, I'd already done my undergraduate degree in Sheffield, and I really enjoyed living in the city, for one thing, but also the researchers at the Department of Sociological Studies had shared interests in the kind of PhD that I wanted to do. And so it seemed quite good to continue to work with those people. And so I applied for funding to do a master's and PhD. So it just seemed like a logical progression from doing undergrad studies. Okay, well, it's like nothing that you could possibly prepare for. It's a huge undertaking to write a thesis. And it's also a great deal of freedom to be able to actually go and read as many things as you want to read. You don't have that kind of structure to your day. You can go and just read loads of things, find out about various sociological stuff. So it gives you that freedom to experiment, to think about things, think critically, and to get involved in various debates and things like that. But ultimately, that's all working towards writing this thesis, and it's a huge undertaking to do in 3 years or 4 years, depending on how it goes. So my experience is it's a very different way of doing things to I previously experienced in the world of work, but it was a hugely challenging one, but very, very satisfying, especially to get to the end and have that thesis written, just to look at the physical things. Just amazing to realise that all your work and sweat and tears has gone into it. So it's well worth the effort, but it's a lot of effort. Okay. Well, the first thing I would say to anyone who's thinking of doing a PhD is you need to have a project that you're passionate about. I think in a 3-year or longer period of doing research, if you're not passionate about it, there'll be times when it's hard going, and you need to have that passion for what you're doing. And so having a real interest in something is key. The second thing I'd say is that if you can find a supervisor in the department, an academic who has a shared research interest or some kind of interest in what you're doing, that would really help in terms of encouraging you to keep on going, to keep fighting, to write this thing and get the research done. So those are the two important things I would say. There's a really strong sense of community amongst the PhD students. There's a number of things that they do. They have reading groups, reading weekends where they go into the peaks and spend time together, do a bit of reading, a bit of socialising, things like that. And there's quite a strong social life amongst the PhD students. So despite the fact that a PhD is quite a solitary activity, doing your own research, there is a lot of support amongst peers and a lot of encouragement, in terms of like getting a chapter written and things like that. And there's a real sense that everyone's kind of supporting each other. So I think that's a really strong thing about this department in particular, that we have that kind of community amongst the students. And also with the academic researchers, there's a lot of a variety of research that's going on, and so that you're open and you get to experience a range of different things. It's not that narrow in terms of research interests, and so you get quite a broad academic experience.